20 years in stage hypnotism, 19 technically. All right. Here's what nobody wants to talk about, but here's the perspective I will share. Because now at this point, I'm like, who am I going to piss off? Even if I do, what do I care? Stage hypnosis, if it sucks because you have a huge portion of stage hypnotists totally just willing to be mediocre, just absolutely willing to not think of new things, not try new ideas, not caring about it as an art form. Here's the reality. Here's a reality. Be careful anytime anyone says, here's the truth or the reality. There's never just one, right? But a reality of the stage hypnotism community is that it is mostly made up of people who need to feed their ego. And again, remember, this is coming from a stage hypnotist. I know because I lived this. I got into stage hypnotism because I wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to be on stage. I wanted to have people clapping for me and telling me I'm great, right? And if that's what's driving you, then that's what satisfies you, right? So as long as you're getting some work, some applause, some money, you can get satisfied pretty easily. Now, what if you are more focused on the art form? What if you're really trying to build something exceptional? What if you're really trying to treat it as a craft, right? Like you can make like basic functional furniture, or you could make a piece of furniture, an end table, a coffee table that's like a work of art. Craft is everywhere, right? Anything where we're creating, there's issue of craft. So what happens in this industry that drives me crazy, and I'm just like, I gotta line with people who give a shit, is there's so many people in this industry who don't care about craft. And there's 8 billion people on the planet. So there's lots and lots of venues where you can get hired that they never even thought of having a stage show before. So what's happening is we're at this weird point in the history of stage hypnotism where for the last 100 years, it just didn't, it existed, but it didn't get used a lot. Excuse me. So you had all these people. There's so many people still on the planet who've never seen a stage hypnosis show, just never seen it. So when they finally do see it, it's a novel thing to experience, right? So they see it and they go, ah, that was interesting, right? And any kind of response like that makes the hypnotist feel like, yeah, I did pretty good. I was all right. That was pretty good. And you're like, but then what happens is, so that person has a novel first experience. Now maybe they go catch another show. And when they go catch the next show, it's pretty much the same as the first show they saw. And then they're like, it was all right. Like it tapers down. The level of satisfaction and novelty tapers down really fast because it's not like music where there are these really clear different genres of music or really unique artist approaches within a genre, right? You know, Eminem versus Kendrick Lamar, right? There's like two really different styles there, and that doesn't really exist in stage hypnotism. So people aren't getting that experience. What they're getting, the most common thing, again, 20 years almost now I've been doing this, you get the most common criticism is, if you've seen one, you kind of seen them all. What does that tell you about where the industry is at? And if we don't do something about that, it's going to be really problematic because live performance venues are slowly shrinking. So there's more hypnotists than there's ever been. There's more stage hypnotists than there's ever been. There's slowly shrinking live venues for them to perform at. So you're gonna have more people competing for, and it's very slowly shrinking. And the sad thing is, well, it's also a good thing. What they don't see is there's way more venues we could be creating. But what they tend to do is focus on the venues that exist, not how can I create more venues. So the feeling is there's more and more stage hypnotists, but there's a little bit less work. So competition's going up, supply, demand is a little bit going down, very small, and that becomes problematic. Well, it's like, all right, so do more, but that's not happening. I'm gonna start. Maybe you guys, I don't know. Maybe you don't care, because again, it's weird if you're not doing it. I care. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of seeing guys doing lousy hypnotism. I'm tired of that. It drives me nuts. It drives me crazy. And in fairness to those guys, I think a lot of them don't even know they're doing it, because I think they were poorly trained in the first place. I think, again, they think, but I'm doing it. I'm doing a show. People are laughing. They seem to be enjoying themselves. I really think a lot of the stage hypnotists out there that I would call like bad stage hypnotists, I honestly believe their heart is pretty much in the right place. I think they're doing the best they can. It's the bigger culture of stage hypnotism that needs to change. We need to get together more, and we need to push each other more in a loving way, in a kind way. And I know I'm a little fired up, so now I'm going to sneeze. I know that maybe it seems like I'm kind of fired up, so I'm not being as kind as I could be, but my heart is, I mean this from a place of kindness. Like, I want to see everybody do better. I want to see every stage hypnotist work more often, make more money, enjoy the work more, be happier when you're working, come off the stage and really feel like, man, that was good. Boy, was that fun. That was so cool. Like, I think that's the thing to strive to get to. We go back to what I said earlier, looping back, right? Like, a lot of us get into stage hypnotism because we want someone else to clap for us and or come up after the show and tell us that we were great. But I think from the craftsmanship level of performance, what you really need to do is you need to know when you're walking off the stage, you need to know before anyone tells you that was good. You need to know your work and your craft, and you need to be able to come off and be like, that was cool. And I want more of that from more people. So I don't know. I'm playing. Um, I'm trying to get some thoughts out. So this will probably happen more often. Maybe you'll hate it. Maybe you won't. I don't know. But if for those of you that were hanging out with me live, thank you for hanging out with me live. Those of you catch it on replay, drop your comments in, questions you may have. I really want to help stage hypnotism improve. I want to help it get to a better place. So I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to keep at it. Everybody be good, be well.